Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast. Today is Friday, January 20th, 2023. We have so much to do in such little time. Tennis, college basketball, NBA, NHL, NFL divisional round games, soccer, golf, news and notes, and best bet. We're going to start tennis today just to change things up for Friday. We'll go over Australian Open results from yesterday and look ahead to the weekend ahead. We'll start with the men's. We'll start with yesterday's second and third round action. So, second round, Andy Murray over Thanasi Kakianis in 5 sets. 22-seed Alex de Minaur over Adrian Manarino in 4 sets. 4-seed Novak Djokovic over Enzo Custodio in 4 sets. Benjamin Bonzi upsets 14-seed Pablo Carreño in 5 sets. 24-seed Roberto Bautista Agut over Brandon Holt in 5 sets. 9-seed Holger Rune over Maxime Cressy in 3 sets. And 27-seed Grigor Dimitrov over Laslo Dare in 3 sets. Third round, 6-seed Felix Auger-Aliassime over Francisco Cerundolo in 4 sets. 31-seed Yoshihito Nishioka over Mackenzie McDonald in 3 sets. 3-seed Stefanos Tsitsipas over Tyon Griekspoor in 3 sets. And 15-seed Jannik Sinner over Martin Fucsovics in 5 sets. And results from this morning, third round, 29-seed Sebastian Korda over Daniil Medvedev, your 7-seed in 3 sets. 18-seed Karen Khachanov over 16-seed Frances Tiafoe in 4 sets. 10-seed Hubert Hurkacz over 20-seed Denis Shapovalov in 5 sets. And Jiri Lukesha upsets 11-seed Cameron Norrie in 5 sets. All right, tonight we have 5-seed Andrei Rublev and 25-seed Dan Evans. I would go Rublev in 4. 9 o'clock, Ugo Humbert and 9-seed Holger Rune. I think Ugo Humbert can win. I'm going to go Ugo in 5 in a pretty big upset. 10:30, J.J. Wolf and Michael and Mo. Or go J.J. Wolf in 4. Tommy Paul and Jensen Brooksby. Or go Tommy Paul in 4. Benjamin Bonzi and 22-seed Alex de Minaur. Or go de Minaur in 4. And then overnight, Alexei Popyrin and Ben Shelton at 3 a.m. We're going to go Popyrin in 4. 2017 Grigor Dimitrov and 14 Novak Djokovic. We're going to go Djokovic in 4. Andy Murray and 24-seed Roberto Bautista Agut. We're going to go with Bautista Agut in 5, but I think Andy Murray can win. Fourth round matches that we have, Jerry Lecheka and 6-seed Felix Auger-Aliassime. We're going to go with Aliassime in 3. 3 seeds Stefanos Tsitsipas and Jannik Sinner. Your 15th seed goes Sofias in 4. Here's a good one. 31-seed Yoshihito Nishioka and 18-seed Karen Khachanov. We're going to go with Khachanov in 5. And 10-seed Hubert Hurkacz and 29-seed Sebastian Korda. We're going to go Hurkacz in 4. All right, the women's. Second round, and we'll go over first, then the third round. Marketa Vondrousova over 2-seed Ons Jabeur in 3 sets. 12-seed Belinda Bencic over Claire Liu in 2. Varvara Gracheva over Lucario Stefani in 2. 4-seed Caroline Garcia and Leylah Fernandez. Garcia in 2. 23-seed Choi Zhang over Petra Martic in 2. Nuria Perez-Diaz over Anastasia Potapova in 2. Linda Fruhvirtova over Kimberly Burrell in 2. 30-seed Carolina Pliskova over Yulia Putintseva in 2. Third round, 7-seed Coco Gauff over Bernarda Pera in 2. 3-seed Jessica Pegula over Marta Kostyuk in 2. 22-seed Elena Rybakina over 13-seed Danielle Collins in 3. 20-seed Barbora Krejcikova over Angelia Kalinina in 2. And then overnight, 24-seed Victoria Azarenka over 10-seed Madison Keys in 3. 1-seed Iga Swiatek over Kristina Buska in 2. 17-seed Jelena Ostapenko over Katerina Kozlova in 2. And going on right now, 16 Maria Sakkari over Lin Zhu as they're in the final round match now. And it looks like Sakkari's going to win. At 7 o'clock tonight, Nuria Perez-Diaz and Donna Vecek or go Vecek in 3. 30 seed Carolina Pliskova and Varvara Gracheva go Pliskova in 3. Camila Georgi and 12 seed Belinda Bencic go Bencic in 3. Shuai Zhang, your 23 seed against Katie Voltanets. We're going to go Shuai Zhang in 2. 10-15, Linda Vervitora and Marketa Vondrasova go Vondrasova in 3. 5 seed Arena Sablenka and 26 seed Elise Mertens go Sablenka in 3. Don't feel good about that one, though. Laura Siegman and 4 seed Caroline Garcia at 3 a.m. We'll go Garcia in 2. Magda Lynette and 19 seed Katerina Alexandrova. We'll go Alexandrova in 3. 3 seed Jessica Pegula and Barbara Krejcikova. We'll go Pegula in 3. 17 seed Jelena Ostapenko and 7 seed Coco Gauff. We'll go Coco Gauff in 3. And 1 seed Iga Swiatek and over 22 seed Elena Rybakina. We're going to go that one in 3. All right, now I'll move on to college basketball. We'll go over the results from yesterday, rapid fire style, and we don't have to go through the whole weekend. We don't have the time to do it, so we're just going to do tonight's games picks and then notable weekend matchups. All right. Michigan State over number 23 Rutgers 70-57. Number 3 Purdue beats Minnesota 61-39. Number 18 Charleston beats Monmouth 69-55. Memphis beats Wichita State 88-78. Vermont beats Maine 66-45. Bryant beats NJIT 87-75. Binghamton beats Albany 65-54. Middle Tennessee beats Charlotte 62-58. Maryland beats Michigan 64-58. UNC Greensboro beats the Citadel 70-60. Mercer beats VMI 69-61. James Madison beats Troy 89-87 in overtime. Monroe beats Georgia Southern 72-59. Old Dominion beats Georgia State 70-58. Coastal Carolina beats App State 93-84 in overtime. Oakland beats IUPUI 83-77 in overtime. Purdue Fort Wayne beats Wright State 88-80. Northern Kentucky beats Cleveland State 57-56. Northeastern beats Stony Brook 79-66. Hofstra beats UNC Wilmington 70-46. Delaware beats William & Mary 80-53. Drexel beats Hampton 79-73. Towns beats NCAT 79-67. Kennesaw State beats Stetson 80-81 in overtime. North Florida beats Queens 95-90. Liberty beats Jacksonville 66-52. Gulf Coast beats Jacksonville State 55-51. Sam Houston beats Stephen F. Austin 76-71. Number 24 seed FAU over UTSA. I should say number 24 FAU. 83-64. Rice beats North Texas 72-60. Nichols beats McNeese 73-64. A&M Commerce beats New Orleans 63-58. Incarnate Word beats Houston Christian 89-78. Texas Arlington beats Texas Rio Grande 85-73. Southern Miss beats South Alabama 76-72. Louisiana beats Arkansas State 80-71. Marshall beats Texas State 81-73. Oral Roberts beats North Dakota State 92-69. North Dakota beats Kansas City 77-60. South Dakota State beats Omaha 84-61. Denver beats South Dakota 75-60. Tennessee Martin beats Southeast Missouri State 80-60. Youngstown State beats Green Bay 86-70. Milwaukee beats Robert Morris 77-69. Riverside beats Davis 74-72. Idaho beats Northern Arizona 88-83. Eastern Washington beats Northern Colorado 83-75. Lipscomb beats Eastern Kentucky 75-62. Bellarmine beats Austin Peay 56-45. Northwestern State beats Southeast Louisiana 91-81 in overtime. Lamar beats A&M Corpus Christi 68-66. Indiana beats Illinois 80-65. Moore State beats SIU Ebersville 67-58. Tennessee Tech beats Little Rock 77-75. Loyola Marymount upsets number 6 Gonzaga 68-67. A stunner in Spokane. Number 11 Arizona beats USC 81-66. Louisiana Tech beats Western Kentucky 85-74 in overtime. Utah beats Wazoo 77-63. Washington beats Colorado 75-72. UTEP beats FIU 81-61. Southern Utah beats New Mexico State 111-76. Portland beats San Diego 88-83. Tennessee State beats Eastern Illinois 78-74. Southern Indiana beats Lindenwood 81-65. Weber State beats Portland State 84-68. Idaho State beats Sacramento State 65-61. Seattle beats Tarleton 67-47. Santa Barbara beats Northridge 72-52. UC San Diego beats Cal Poly 71-64. Irvine beats Hawaii 76-68. Long Beach State beats Fullerton 72-67. Number 5 UCLA beats Arizona State 74-62. Stanford beats Oregon State 67-46. San Francisco beats Pacific 78-57. St. Mary's beats Pepperdine 73-44. Santa Clara beats BYU 83-76. All right, I just did lines today, not totals. I apologize. 6:30, Ball State, Kent State. My projection's Kent by 8. And it is 9.5. Total is 137.5. We'll take the over. Mount St. Mary's and Siena at 7. My line is Siena by 19.25, and it is 8.5. I'm going to lay it with Siena. Niagara and Ryder, my line is Ryder 10.75, and it's 5. I'll lay it with Ryder. St. Peter's, Marist, my line is Marist by 4.25. Or Marist by 4.25. It's Marist 3.5. I'm going to try to find the total right now. 121.5. I'll take the over. That's very low. Iona, Manhattan. My line is Iona 5.5, and it's a whopping 14.5. Give me Manhattan getting the points. Canisius, Fairfield. Mine's Fairfield 13. And it's 4.5. I'll lay the points. Villanova, St. John's at the Garden on Fox Sports 1. My line is St. John's by a whopping 2.5. And it's 4.5. Give me Villanova getting the points. St. John's has to win this game. I don't know if Villanova's going to win outright, but they'll cover. VCU, Richmond on ESPN 2. My line is VCU by 3.25, and it is 1.5. Totals 131.5. I'll take the over. St. Fran, Brooklyn, St. Fran, PA. My line's a pick'em. And it's PA by 5.5. Give me St. Fran, Brooklyn getting the points. Stonehill and Long Island. My line's Stonehill by 3. And it's 5.5. Give me LIU getting the points. Central Connecticut and Wagner. My line is Wagner 12.5. And it's only 4.5. I'll lay the points. Sacred Heart and Fairleigh Dickinson. My line is Dickinson by 1.5. And it is 6.5. Give me Sacred Heart getting the points. Toledo, Buffalo on CBS Sports Network at 8:30. My line is Toledo by 5. And it's 5.5. Total's 167.5. That's way too high. Give me the under. And last but not least, to 11 o'clock on Fox Sports 1, Boise State, New Mexico. My line's New Mexico by 1. It's 2.5. Total's 144.5. I'm going to play it differently here. I'm going to take the under. All right, Saturday games of note. Wisconsin, Northwestern postponed. 12 o'clock, Fox Sports 1, Georgetown, number 8, Xavier. ESPN, number 17, Miami at Duke. Number 18, Charleston at Northeastern. ESPN 2, Ole Miss at number 25, Arkansas. ESPN U, UCF, South Florida. Syracuse, Georgia Tech. George Mason, Rhode Island. USA Network, Dayton, George Washington. 1 o'clock, CBS, number 14, TCU at number 2, Kansas. SEC Network, Vandy, Georgia. UMass, St. Joe's. 1:30, Navy, Army. ABC, 2 o'clock, number 5, UCLA at number 11, Arizona. ESPN U, number 10, Virginia at Wake. Number 12, Oklahoma State number 12, Iowa State at Oklahoma State. ESPN 2, Texas Tech at number 13, Kansas State. Fox Sports 1, DePaul at number 22, Providence. BC, Notre Dame on Fox, Iowa, Ohio State. ESPN, Texas A&M at Kentucky. 2:15, Big Ten Network, Nebraska, Penn State. USA Network, 2:30, LaSalle, St. Louis. 3 o'clock, ACC Network, Florida State, Pitt. SEC Network, 3:30, number 16, Auburn at South Carolina. 4 o'clock, ESPN, number 9, Tennessee at LSU. CBS Sports Network, number 20, Marquette at Seton Hall. ESPN 2, number 21, Baylor at Oklahoma. Fox Sports 1, Colorado State, Wyoming. 5 o'clock, ACC Network, NC State, North Carolina. 6 o'clock SEC Network, number 4, Alabama at Missouri. ESPN, number 7, Texas at West Virginia. ESPN 2, Virginia Tech at number 19, Clemson. ESPNU, Indiana State, Murray State. CBS Sports Network, UNLV, Fresno State. ESPNU, Tulane, Tulsa. Pac-12 Network at 8 o'clock, Washington, Utah. CBS Sports Network, BYU, San Francisco. SEC Network, Florida at Mississippi State. 9 o'clock, number 24, FAU at UTEP. 10 o'clock, number 6, Gonzaga at Pacific. ESPNU, USC, Arizona State. CBS Sports Network, San Diego State Air Force. 11 o'clock, Fox Sports 1, Oregon, Stanford. And then Sunday, 12 o'clock on Fox, Butler at number 15, UConn. Big Ten Network, Minnesota at Michigan. CBS, Michigan State at Indiana. 1 o'clock, Fox Sports 1, Maryland at number 3, Purdue. ESPN 2, Memphis at Cincinnati. 3 o'clock, ESPN, Temple at number 1, Houston. Pac-12 Network, Oregon State at Cal. 4 o'clock, Furman, Wofford on ESPNU. 6 o'clock, ESPNU, Wazoo, Colorado. And that's it among notable college basketball games for the weekend. Now move on to the NBA. We will recap the games from yesterday and look ahead to tonight and the weekend. Paris, Bulls over Pistons, 126-108, and then the games in the U.S., the regular games. Celtics over the Warriors, 121-118 in overtime. That was a classic. Timberwolves over the Raptors, 128-126. Suns over the Nets, 117-112. And the Sixers over the Blazers, 105-95. All right, tonight's games, again, I did not do totals. I just did sides. 9 games tonight. 7 o'clock, Pelicans, Magic. My line's Magic by 3 3/4. And the Magic should be favored here. And it's Pelicans by 1. Give me the Magic plus the 1 and minus 102. 7:30 Knicks Hawks. My line's Hawks by 3. And it's 2.5 totals to 28. That's a tough one. I like the over because of no Mitchell Robinson. That's going to hurt the Knicks defensively. Warriors Cavs. My line is the Cavaliers by 4 1/4, and it is 7.5, 225. Woo! Give me Golden State getting the points. I know they're on the second of a back-to-back. ESPN tonight, Heat Mavs. My line is the Mavs. That's a 2.5 point underdog, and it's Miami by 1 total to 18.5. I like the over, even though no Christian would. 8 o'clock, Clippers Spurs. My line is the Clippers by 10 3/4, and it is 7, 232.5. I'll lay it with the Clips. Pacers Nuggets at 9. My line is the Nuggets by 21 3/4, and it's 11. I'm going to lay the 11 with Denver. Nets Jazz. My line is Brooklyn by 1 1/4, and it's Jazz by 7.5. Give me Brooklyn getting the points. That's a lot of points, even without Durant. 10 o'clock, ESPN Grizzlies Lakers. My line is Grizzlies by 10. And it's 7. I'll lay to 7 with Memphis. And last but not least, the Thunder and the Kings. Mine's Kings 9.5. And it's 3.5. I'm going to lay to 3.5 with Sacramento. All right. Saturday games. 5 o'clock, Celtics Raptors. 7 o'clock, Magic Wizards. 7:30, Hornets Hawks. Bucks Cavs. 8 o'clock, Rockets Timberwolves. 9 o'clock, Pacers Suns. And 10 o'clock, the Sixers at the Kings. And then Sunday, 2:30, Clippers, Mavs, 3:30, Pelicans, Heat, 6 o'clock, Knicks, Raptors, 8 o'clock, Thunder, Nuggets, Grizzlies, Suns, NBA TV, Nets at the Warriors, and 9 o'clock, you have the Lakers at the Blazers. All right, now move on to the NHL. We'll recap the games from yesterday, look ahead to tonight and the weekend. Bruins over the Rangers 3-1. Canes over the Wild 5-2. Ducks over the Blue Jackets 5-3. Panthers over the Habs 6-2. Blackhawks over the Flyers 4-1. Leafs over the Jets 4-1. Sabres over the Isles 3-2 in overtime on a game winner by Dylan Cousins. Blues over the Preds 5-2. Caps over the Coyotes 4-0. Oilers over the Lightning 5-3. Kraken over the Devils 4-3 in OT on a game winner by Andrei Burakovsky. Red Wings upset the Golden Knights 3-2, and the Stars over the Kings 4-0. All right, 2 games tonight, 7 o'clock. You have the Senators at the Penguins on the NHL Network. A game the Penguins absolutely have to have. They're minus 154. The Sens are plus 128 over them. They're 6.5. Overs minus 106. Unders minus 114. Sens plus 1.5 is minus 188. Pens minus 1.5 is plus 152. I like the Pens in regulation and even money. And 10 o'clock, you have the Avs at the Canucks. Two disappointing teams. Avs minus 164. Canucks plus 136 over under 6.5. Overs minus 140. Unders plus 114. Avs minus 1.5 is plus 140. Canucks plus 1.5 is minus 72. I'm going to go with the Avalanche in regulation at minus 113. All right, Saturday. 12:30 NHL Network, Ducks, Sabres, 3 o'clock Lightning, Flames, 6 o'clock Wild, Panthers, 7 o'clock Sharks, Blue Jackets, Flyers, Red Wings, NHL Network, Habs hosting the Leafs, Jets at the Sens, 7:30 Canes at the Islanders, 8 o'clock Coyotes, Stars, Kings, Preds, Blackhawks, Blues, Avs, Kraken at 10, Oilers, Canucks, and then Caps, Golden Knights. Sunday, 2 o'clock NHL Network, Penguins, Devils, 7 o'clock Sharks, Bruins, Kings, Blackhawks, Jets, Flyers, and 8 o'clock the Golden Knights at the Coyotes. All right, the moment you guys been waiting for, NFL divisional round picks. Just wanted to put it smack in the middle of the show. It's gonna be a fun weekend to say the least. First up, 4:30, you have the Jaguars at the Chiefs on NBC. Mike Tirico and Chris Collinsworth and Melissa Stark on the call. My projection here is Kansas City by 8.5, total 48, and the 10th. And the line on FanDuel is 8.5 and 52.5. I love the under here. I think that the absences of Clyde Edwards-Helaire and Mecole Hardman will still sting a little bit for Kansas City in a game of this magnitude. Kadarius Toney, can he stay healthy? It's a lot of questions, and their defense, I think, could do just enough against this Jags offense, and Trevor Lawrence isn't healthy. So, give me the under 52.5. I actually really like this play. Next up, 8:15 on Fox, Joe Davis, Darryl Johnston, Pam Oliver on the call. Giants, Eagles, round 3. My projection is Eagles by 9, total 46 and a 10th, and it's 7.5 and 48.5. I love the under here. Love it. The Eagles are not 100%. Their offensive line, Lane Johnson's coming back. We don't know. I think the Giants can get to the Eagles' offensive line, especially without a healthy Lane Johnson. We don't know how Jalen Hurts is going to look. So this is another game that I really like the under. 3 o'clock on CBS, you have the Bengals against the Bills. My projection here is the Bills by 3.5, total 46 and 13/20, and it's 5.5 and 49.5. So this is the only underdog I like to cover this week. Or I should say the underdog I like to cover the most, because my projections say that the Eagles should cover, but I don't trust it because of Lane Johnson's availability and the health of Jalen Hurts. This is another under I like. I think that this is a game similar to the Cowboy game on Monday night, where you would think, oh, on paper, this sounds obvious, over. Not so fast. I think this is an under game. Bengals not healthy offensively. I know the Bills aren't healthy defensively. So that's just something's got to give thing right there. But I'm also going to take the under in this game as my pick. And last but not least, 6 o'clock on Fox, or 6:30 on Fox. Cowboys 49ers in primetime. Kevin Burkhardt, Greg Olsen, Tom Rinaldi, Aaron Andrews on the call. Cowboys at the Niners. My projection is 49ers by 5, total 45 3/4, and it's 3.5 and 46.5. Everyone and their mother loves the Cowboys. I'm going to slight lean to the 49ers. Brock Purdy's just been a rock star. He's 7-0 as a starter. The Niners are a flat-out better roster than the Cowboys. The Cowboys do have a good roster, though. But do I trust their defense to get big stops against Christian McCaffrey and Deebo Samuel? I don't know. Some of their secondary members aren't healthy. No, Anthony Brown. So my pick here is going to be a slight lean to the San Francisco 49ers as my pick. And if I had to pick an underdog to win outright, it's Cincinnati plus 198. So there's your upset of the weekend, and go Cincinnati plus 198 to upset the Bills. Alrighty, now move on to soccer. We will go over the results of note from yesterday and look ahead to a busy soccer weekend. And we're just going to do the betting for today's games. All right, friendly. You have PSG beating the Raya All-Stars 5-4. And then today, you have FC Salzburg and Karlsruhe. I think FC Salzburg should win that game going away. Copa del Rey, Barcelona over Ceuta 5-0, and Real Madrid over Villarreal 3-2. The English Premier League, Man City beat Tottenham 4-2, and then over the weekend, 7:30, you have on Saturday, Liverpool, Chelsea, 10 o'clock, Bournemouth, Nottingham Forest, Leicester, Brighton, Southampton, Aston Villa, West Ham, and Everton, and 12:30, Crystal Palace and Newcastle. Sunday, you have Leeds and Brentford, Man City and Wolves, and 11:30, Arsenal and Man United. Coppa Italia results from yesterday. Atalanta over Spezia 5-2, Lazio over Bologna 1-0, and Juventus over Monza 2-1. All right, today you have the Mexican Liga. At 10 o'clock, you have Mazatlan and Santos. Santos Laguna plus 130, Mazatlan FC plus 185, draw plus 230. I'm going to go Santos Laguna at plus 130. And then at 10:10, ESPN Deportes, Tijuana and Tigres. Tigres is even money. Tijuana plus 250. Draw plus 240. And go with Tigres at even money. Saturday, 6 o'clock, Monterrey and Atletico San Luis. 8 o'clock, America and Puebla. 10 o'clock, Guadalajara and Toluca. And Necaxa and Cruz Azul. Sunday, 1 o'clock, UNAM and Leon. 6 o'clock, Querétaro and Atlas. And 8 o'clock, Pachuca and Juarez. Spanish La Liga, 3 o'clock today, you have Mallorca and Celta Vigo. Mallorca plus 180, Celta Vigo plus 195, draw plus 170. I'm going to go with the draw at plus 170. Saturday, 8 o'clock, ESPN Deportes. These are all ESPN Deportes. Rayo and Real Sociedad, 10:15, Espanyol and Betis, 12:30, Atletico and Valladolid, and 3 o'clock, Sevilla and Cadiz. Sunday, 8 o'clock, Villarreal and Girona, 10:15, Elche and Osasuna, 12:30, Barcelona and Getafe, and 3 o'clock, you have Athletic and Real Madrid. German Bundesliga, is back today. 2:30 ESPN2. You have RP Leipzig and Bayern. A money game in German soccer. So Bayern minus 130, RP Leipzig plus 280, draw plus 290. I went with the draw plus 290. I really think that this is going to be a close game. And I kind of like the draw. Both these teams are hot. All right, Saturday, 9:30, Union Berlin and Hoffenheim. Frankfurt and Schalke. Stuttgart and Mainz. Bochum and Hertha. Wolfsburg and Freiburg. And 12:30, Cologne and Bremen. Sunday, 9:30, Dortmund and Augsburg. And 11:30, Gladbach and Leverkusen. Italian Serie A, Saturday, 9 o'clock, Verona and Lecce. 12 o'clock, Salernitana and Napoli. And 2:45, you have Fiorentina and Torino. Sunday, 6:30 a.m., Sampdoria and Udinese. 9 o'clock, Monza and Sassuolo. 12 o'clock, Spezia and AS Roma. And 2:45, Juventus and Atalanta. And then French League One comes back a week from today. All right, now we'll move on to golf. We'll go over the leaderboard right now for the American Express. Your leader right now, the score of 10 under, Davis Thompson. Tied for second with 8 under, Tyler Duncan, John Rahm, Matthias Schmid, Taylor Montgomery, and Sam Burns. Tied for 7th with 7 under, Xander Schauffele, Harrison Endicott, Dean Brumester, Eric Cole, JT Potson, Evan Van Rooyen, Dylan McCarthy, Sungjae Im, who was my pick, and Michael Block. Tied for 16th with 6 under, Keith Mitchell, Russell Knox, Joseph Brumlett, Matthias Schwab, C. Thiglia, Sam Piercy, Justin Rose, Iston Liso Goya, Grayson Sieg, Robbie Shelton, Trevor Werblow. Tied for 27th with 5 under, Zach Johnson, Mark Hubbard, Sword Sink, Wesley Bryan, Kevin Tway, Danny Lee, Sengul No, Alex Smalley, Robert Brad, Michael Kim, Cam Young, Charlie Hoffman, Jason Day, Grayson Higo. Tied for 42nd with 4 under. We're going to go through notables now because of time. Austin Cook, Richie Runsky, Cam Young, Scotty Scheffler, Adam Hadwin, MJ Dauphe, Peter Malnati, Kristen Ziedenhout, Andrew Landry, Patrick Hanley, Brendan Todd, Will Gordon, Bayo Hostler, Patrick Rogers, Stephon Yeager, Ricky Fowler, Harry English, Ben Taylor. Tied for 64th with 3 under, Emiliano Grillo, Will Zalatoris, Lucas Glover, Tony Fino, Sam Ryder, Zach Blair, Ryan Moore, Adam Putnam, Dylan Wu, Patton Kazir, Doug Gibb, Nate Lashley, Chris Kirk, Scott Harrington. Tied for 85th with 2 under, Aaron Weiss, Sang-Hyun Kim, Davis Riley, Brandon Matthews, Wyndham Clark, Harry Higgs, Nate Taylor, Scott Stevens. Tied for 107th with 1 under, Kramer Hickok, Chester V, Alex Baddeley, Taylor Pendrith, Sebastian Munoz, Justin Lauer, Callum Tarrant, Taylor Hogue, Brian Harmon, Danny Willett, Robert Strapp. Tied for 124th at even, Ben Martin, Paul Haley, Cam Davis, Patrick Knowles, Ryan Moore, Bryce Garnett, Max McGreevy, Austin Eckler. Tied for 137th with 1 over, Chase and Haley, Andrew Novak, Luke List, Jonathan Vegas, Michael Gilgic, Ben Griffin. Tied for 145th with 2 over, Dylan Fratelli, Rory Sabatini, Michael Thompson. Tied for 149th with 3 over, Matthew Neesmith, Sodi Kodiara, Brandon Wu. And 156th with 5 over, Adam Schenk. Alrighty, now move on to the news and notes for today. Rapid fire here. The Miami Heat are not shopping Kyle Lowry. All but eliminated the chance of the front office breaking apart the roster. The Warriors trio of James Wiseman, Jonathan Kuminga, and Moses Moody are not actively being shopped. I disagree with that. If they have the opportunity to get a bigger piece, they'll do it. The Bills are to wear the number 3 charm to honor DeMar Hamlin against the Bengals. Vikings fired defensive coordinator Ed Donatel after 1 season. Top cornerback prospect Cormani McLean flips his commitment from Miami to Colorado. That's wild. The Sabres retired Ryan Miller's jersey last night. That was pretty cool. Aziz Ojulari, questionable to play against the Eagles for the Giants. The big story from yesterday, college basketball, Mike Brey retiring at the end of the year. Mike Brey, great coach. Winning his coach in Notre Dame basketball history. You're going to be hearing John Calipari linked to that job, I think. So it's going to be interesting to see who they replace Brey with, but congrats to Mike Brey. Great career. Steph Curry wants to play in the Olympics. He said he'd love to represent Team USA at the 2024 games under Steve Kerr. Brian Flores interviewed for the Falcons defensive coordinator job. John Harbaugh says Lamar Jackson is our quarterback. Plans to keep him 200%. Aroldis Chapman joining the Kansas City Royals 1 year, $3 3/4 million. Good ballpark for him from a pitching standpoint. Kenny Pickett would love to reunite with his former college teammate Jordan Addison. I don't know if that will happen. Pittsburgh has other needs other than wide receiver. Christian Wood out a week with a fractured left thumb. Mitchell Robinson out 3 weeks after undergoing thumb surgery. That's brutal for the Knicks. That's probably a bigger loss than Christian Wood, honestly. Although Christian Wood, actually, you know what? That's a lie. Christian Wood's probably a bigger loss because Dallas really doesn't have much to go around Luka. But the Knicks will miss Mitchell Robinson more than you think, and it cost them the game against the Wizards the other night. Speaking of numbers retiring, Sue Bird's number will be retired on June 11th by the Storm. Snoop named Pro Bowl captain as well as Pete Davidson as the games are coached by Eli and Peyton Manning. So, All-Star voting update. Giannis now leads Kevin Durant for the East captain, and LeBron still leads the West. All right, last but not least, my best bet of the day brought to you by FanDuel. Not a lot jumped out to me today, to be honest. There's a couple NBA games that I liked. I don't trust the hockey. The game I really like is Sacramento -3 against the Thunder. This is the third time I'm going against the Thunder, but I know the Thunder have been red hot. SGA, I get it. And I get it. He's the best player on the court in the game. But Sacramento is just money at home. I love them here, so I'm going to lay a unit on Sacramento -3 against the Thunder of Oklahoma City. So, that's it for the show today. I'll be back on Monday recapping everything that goes on in the world of sports and pop culture, and then we'll look ahead to everything going on Monday. Have a great weekend, everyone.